Long time. I don't remember when we last met, probably 3 years back. You're saying probably
Oh, I
more
think it
than
was a little
that.
bit longer than that, Anthony. It was probably
I had
about,
white hair as much as now.
no, your hair was a little darker,
Yeah.
but I will say this, you are as good looking now as you were
You're
then.
the best.
You're
Thank
much
you.
more relaxed as well. And because that day was a busy day, you had a lot of things going on and so on.
Yeah.
And
So let's
it's so
start
good to
by
see you.
very good. Thank you. Same here. So I was here for the Middle Eastern Festival,
That's correct.
multiculturalism, all the
Yes,
countries of the world meeting. We had Indians, Pakistanis, all across coming to enjoy the Middle Eastern culture, I would say.
absolutely.
So let's start from this and tell me about Canada and more specifically this Scarborough, Toronto, etc.
Well, again, thank you. It's great to see you. Well, so much has gone on and so much continues to go on here in the city in terms of our growth and our development and so on. We are blessed to have people from all around the world. Every country is represented here in the city of Toronto and by extension in Scarborough and so on. We're blessed to have the best of the Lebanese community in our community right here in Scarborough. About 23 years ago, when I was first elected, we had two shawarma places on Lawrence Avenue between Victoria Park and Birchmount in the heart of our city, the Shawarma Empire and Abraham. Today, people come from all over the place to sample Middle Eastern, Lebanese pastry and the culture and the people. The people are, to a person, beloved. They are proud of their heritage, proud of their culture. And we're all proud to receive and proud to participate, proud to connect with the community at large and so on. We've seen the development of more business people coming in. We've seen more people moving in to live in peace and in harmony, being respected and so on. And the culture has transcended the community and so on. Everybody feels at peace, feel at home. Most importantly, they feel safe. They feel that they can practice their religion, their culture, their customs and practices without being judged, without being viewed as being different. And in fact, it's actually celebrated. And so I'm blessed as the leader in this community to have the cultural mosaic that exists, one in which everyone comes with respect to their traits, character, and culture. We are enriched as a result and so on. But I've seen the Lebanese community transform itself. They've come in a very peaceful way. They've come in a way with respect to expertise, desire, opportunity to growth, and opportunity to engage, creating jobs, creating opportunities for all people, not just for Lebanese members of the community. And so I've been able to watch that with great pride. I've also seen the transformation. So you mentioned earlier about the different types of people here and so on. We've seen the transformation of different types of businesses, where you would have a business from Ireland or Irish or Scottish or Italian or any others. You've seen the transformation now. You have more businesses from the Middle East. And what has happened is that these businesses have been received with open arms. Language may be different with some people, but that has not become a barrier. In fact, it has become a connector because of the differences. People want to learn and grow, and we've seen that. And I'm just so very proud. I'm blessed to be the leader in this community with a vast array of leaders and people who have come from someplace else to make this place a great place. And they're still connected with back home. So just last week, I had a gentleman who's from Lebanon. He has a very successful business. In fact, I will say the business, Gadir Meats and Gadir Fish, and Ali. And Ali is building a bigger house from the smaller house that he has. And he had to go through the whole process. He came, we met, we talked. Ali, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna help you. He and his wife are just so happy. I'm happy because they're investing in the community. Their families are happy. The families are going to grow, the grandkids and so on. So there's a place for the entire dynamics of the family. And that is going to be something that he and his wife, have in the faith of our community and our our system to protect their interests, to protect their investment, to protect their grandkids, because they've contributed. So equally, they benefited and we benefit. And I think that is a cause for celebration.
We've seen employees, owners of mom and pop shops, all the way up to very big businessmen locally and internationally, start very small in Canada and then grow. Should we be scared? Should someone be scared of coming in as an immigrant and start from zero? Or you would say there is an opportunity for everyone that is hardworking?
I would simply say, fear not, because this is an opportunity. This is a land of opportunity. We actually have, and I've maintained a tradition of keeping structures in place where someone can come from another place but have entrepreneurial sense and perspective, wanting to have a small shop, open a small shop, and then to grow and grow and grow. Those opportunities are actually fostered in our community. We have what's called strip plazas, different from a big mall in that you could actually have your own unique space within those plazas. You wanted to sell, for example, nuts. If you wanted to open up a small restaurant, you could do that. It's a small space, you grow and you create, obviously, awareness, public interest, and customers coming in. Then there's an opportunity to grow. You move into a larger space, and then you expand. Then you can have franchises and so on. You can have a variety of things to really enhance your business growth, to really connect with the community. And so I say to those who might be interested in coming, this is a place where your thriftiness, your work ethics, your expertise in terms of either products, goods, or services that you want to offer the public actually are very welcome. It is important to understand that support is here. If you come with a sense of integrity, you come with a sense of pride, you come with a sense of purpose, you will find this place, this culture, support and endorses and enhances that. Because we fundamentally believe in the human spirit and the humanity of people and the desire to succeed, and that if one succeeds, everyone else will, because the benefits and the contribution of that part of the process of success will accrue to so many others. And it doesn't matter, as a Black man, born in Jamaica, came to this country as a young kid at 12 years old. I am now the leader in this community. We have Lebanese, we have Syrians, we have Greeks, we have Italians, we have Blacks, we have Sri Lankans, we have Chinese, we have Filipino. The list goes on. Here in Canada, we see people first. Don't get me wrong, there are little idiosyncrasies and things happen. However, the majority of people want to work through those differences. We don't become grieve because of a minor grievance. We actually try to find solutions without being disagreeable, because we can disagree, but we don't have to be disagreeable. That gives us the opportunity and the propensity for growth. And then with the leadership, we don't divide and conquer here. We don't offset one person against another person, one culture against another culture. I am everywhere with everyone, because at the end of the day, our objective is about nurturing the human spirit, nurturing the cultural development, your religious norms and practices, we celebrate them. There are times when people try to pit people against other, or try to use government as a wedge between others. We have to be smart enough to realize what's actually happening. We also have to be mature enough to be able to dialogue and to work through any challenges and disputes. What I'm simply saying is that it's an imperfect place, but we work towards being perfect. And it's part of a process. And I'll tell you, from the seat that I'm sitting in, from my eyes being able to see the growth and the progression of people, every day I'm very happy. So I'm very fortunate.
Beautiful. I just finished a 1-week tour in Halifax,
Yes.
searching for the Lebanese societies and the Lebanese success stories and probably the Lebanese heritage.
Yes.
And spotted some things that are as far as 1850, 200 years back.
Yeah.
What do we know about the Lebanese stories in Toronto or Ontario in general? So for how long they've been here?
So it's interesting, right? I mean, I think that for some people, they quietly came in. Others made a lot more noise came in. And a lot of different people have come in through different processes. We had the transatlantic slave. We had other people come in and so on and so forth. So my sort of understanding goes way back, at least over the last 150, almost 200 years of contribution. And that's the interesting thing, Anthony. People have a tendency to assume because you see development, that means you've just arrived. There's always been a quiet storm, meaning that people have come, put their basic feet down, put their hands out in front of them, and have worked hard to establish themselves. If you go back, there are small towns in Ontario where Lebanese people have actually settled and established themselves. You don't see it. You may see it just in terms of the food and the culture and so on. They don't necessarily talk about, hey, I'm from Lebanon or my culture is Lebanese. You just assume that they're just part of the fabric. And I think actually that's a good thing, but it's really super important for people to have an understanding of history, because history is a great teacher. Because people have a tendency to think that because you see someone, say you go to a store, you see Lebanese food or that someone is Lebanese descent and so on, you start having a conversation with them. Some people may think they haven't been here long enough to contribute to the society, because sometimes people use that as a benchmark for judgment. But what I caution people to do is learn the facts first. Now, it's interesting. I think part of what has to happen with the community, more of their stories have to be told like you're doing, but also cemented in the fabric of our system, political system, geopolitical system, all of our structure in all of the different places have got to recognize the contribution that has been made, the history, the historical context of being involved and so on. And I think that at the end of the day, what should come from it is a proud people, proud sense of contribution, validation with respect to being involved in Canadian politics, Canadian business. You list a line of things that people have been involved with. One of my dearest friend and one of my best friend is Abbas, who is actually here, who is absolutely Lebanese, and he has done great work, great things. You would never know the things that he does because he doesn't publicize it. He just does it. And I think that's a trait within the Lebanese community that I've noticed. Quietly going about their business, quietly doing things, quietly successful, not boastful, but proud people who are entrenched in the fabric of community, in developing community, enhancing community growth and so on, and being proud as to who they are. So I see that on a daily basis. And for me, that's a great lens to look at things from and so on. The young Lebanese kids who are now in public school, who are basically proud of their moms and dads and the community that they're in, that they're part of, are going to continue to grow and develop and be connected. We have an event, it's called the Taste of Lawrence. It's a big street festival that I started 23 years ago. We have a lot of young Lebanese kids, young black kids, young Indian kids, young white kids, young everybody, who for many of them, that's the first time they were put in a position of leadership. We encourage them. They can wear whatever their religious customs and practices are and feel connected, feel alive, feel respected. And they can walk home and walk back to the event feeling gratified that they're fully connected because there's a purpose to their being, and then there's a celebration to their being, and there is a respect to their being. So it makes my life easier because I know at the end of the day, no one's going to be attacking any of the members of the community because they're fully entrenched, fully celebrated, fully respected, and everybody provides, in my view, that golden dome of celebration, that golden dome of respect, that golden dome of opportunity where we want to sample the taste, the flavors, and so on and so forth from, the type of foods and so on, but just the spirit and so on. So I'm blessed to be in a community because there's a bulk of the Lebanese community in my ward here. I've seen them grow in over 23 years, and having that window to see the progression, the growth, the development of the community and so on, it warms my heart, and I'm very proud to represent the community here. I'm very proud of their achievement, and this is just the start. Thank you so much.